What up, guys? This is your boy DZD, aka the Drank Kang, Purple World Entertainment, live from the Dungeon Palace Studios once again. Really appreciate the support. Thank you guys for clicking on the video so much. If this is your first time joining us, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and also hit that bell notification. That way you can stay up to date when these videos are posted. Today, I got a nice little tutorial for you guys. I'm gonna show you how to build different sequences just off of one basic sample. Now, I myself don't use this particular feature that much because I like to make one sequence and then export that sequence out to my DAW to build the song. But we're gonna jump inside the MPC software and we're gonna take one little sample and we're gonna arrange that sample in different sequences. That way we can see if we can construct just some pieces of a song. Now, we probably won't construct the full entire song in the MPC software, but just from what we do here, you're gonna understand exactly how to get that done if you want to. So without saying too much, let's jump inside the MPC software and get our song rocking. Let's do it. All right, my people, we are live inside the MPC software. The purpose is to take our sample and we're going to create multiple sequences of the sample. And this is something that I don't normally do. All I work with is just one sequence, and then I export that sequence out to my DAW, and then I construct a whole beat out of just that one sequence. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just show you guys that it's very, very easy to make different sequences with the same sample. You know, same exact sample, we're just gonna make different sequences and kind of make the beat flow. So that way we have multiple sequences and we can use that when we export it out into our DAW. Or you can leave it in the MPC software and just work with it how it is. So let's see if we can do that. We're gonna make some multiple sequences of this sample. I have a piano sample. Real dreamy piano sample. I wanna make this hard though. I wanna turn it into something hard. I just got that feel today. I just wanna make it into something hard. So, you know, we're gonna put some a gritty 808 behind it, some nice drums, and we're gonna really just change this whole sample around. It's already a high sample, so let's see if we can pitch it down a few. Let's see 2 semitones, -2. No, -3. That's kind of okay, but let's go 4. Let's see 4. That's it. -4 is it. For those of you guys that want to find out how I do this, what I do is I just use my ear. That's how I determine whether or not I'm going to pitch a sample up or down. It's no method that I use to do this. It's just my ear. And the way I do it is when I hit the pad, that first sound that I hear, I picture an 808 or some drums or anything behind that first sound that I hear. And if I can picture those drums in my mind, if I can hear it with that first sound, then I know that's it. So when I first hit this pad on -4, instantly I heard drums and a whole entire beat that was forming in my head just off of hearing that one sound. So I just use my ear and I get a feel for what I'm working with, and that's how I determine if I'm gonna pitch the sample up or down. Like I said, there's no method that I use. There's no, you know, predetermined method or anything that I implement to do that. It's just my ear and just what I hear. So that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna pitch this down -4. We're gonna chop this up. Let's chop this up into some regions. All right, cool. And then we're gonna shift and then convert that to a program. Okay. And then we're gonna put that on track 2. All right. Let's see if we can just fool around with the pads and see if we can come up with something nice. I'm gonna use the random method here because I'm not gonna keep the sample the same way it is. What I mean by random method is I'm gonna leave a card or a link in the video description to where you guys can go check out a video that I made a while back on how I flip samples. Just 3 basic techniques on how I flip samples. And one of the techniques that I talk about is the random method. Check that video out and then you'll understand more of what I'm talking about. There's different methods that I use, just basic methods that I use to flip a sample. So this is like the random method where I just pick pads and see what goes with each other. See, that sounds good together. See? So I know I'm going to use those two and those two. Let's see if we can come up with something. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We're still on sequence 1, and we're going to build the rest of the sequence with some nice, hard hitting drums. I have a kit pulled up. I'm going to keep it simple with the drums just because I want this to be very, very hard, so I don't want all kind of crazy drums on it, just a little something to kind of amp it up a bit. So let's drop the kick and the clap. Let's drop this hi-hat, put it in note repeat. All right, let's put in this snare. All right, now let's put in our little our nice percussion sound. All right, just that quick, we built our drum pattern. Nice. All right, guys, let's drop the 808 on the track. That's what's gonna make it hard. I got my nice processing on the 808, got my EQ to cut out the low end rumble, and then a little bit of the shine off the 808. I want that nice punchy hard feel. Gave it a saturation knob, and then I also got the Mother Ducker side chain ready for my kick drum. That way, once the kick drum and the 808 hit, the kick drum ducks the 808 out of the way. That way you can hear the kick, the nice punchy kick, and then the 808 just follows that. So let's get this going. Let's drop this on the track. Let's do it. Yes, indeed. I'm liking this. I'm liking this already. Know how you know when you got a really good sample and you really pick the nice chops of the sample? Once you lay it down, you're not going to have to do too much to it. All I want to do is lay something over this and call it a day. That's it. I don't want to put anything crazy on it. I don't even have to fix up the sample. The 808 fits the sample so well. We picked out the right chops. All I'm going to do is lay a nice little instrument on top and then call it a day. So I have this here. This is like a nice little spread out piano. So we're just gonna kind of make this really, really hard and dramatic with just some nice little piano notes. So let's do it.
It was that particular time that he knew he made a hit.
The more I'm hearing this, that's the more I'm hearing some brass on the track. This brass will absolutely amp up the track. So I have this brass horn. Anytime you want to make something dramatic, something hard, something epic, drop some brass on it. Guarantee it's going to turn out that way. So let's lay this on the track and see where it goes. What we gonna do is, I hear something else, we're gonna switch this up an octave. We're gonna stick some notes in there. Not too many times I pull out the stank face, but I had to pull it out. Stank face. I know if I had a bunch of artists listening to this beat right now, everybody would be scrunching up their face right now. I just know it. All right, guys, we've been working in sequence 1. You see it up here? This is sequence 1 right here. So we're gonna copy that sequence to sequence 2, copy all of our tracks to sequence 2. Let's do that. Copy it. We wanna go to sequence 2. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna go to our sequence on track 2, which is where we lay down our sample, and we're gonna get rid of all of those notes because we're gonna play a totally different sample. We're gonna play a totally different sequence. That way we can build another sequence with the sample. So let's mute everything except the 808 and the drums and the sample. Okay. All right, we're gonna lay a different sample sequence over this. Let's see if we can do it. All right, nice, nice. We have our next sequence built. And then we're gonna take this sequence and then we're gonna copy that to sequence 3. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing, highlight the notes and delete them on track 2. Now we're gonna lay down a totally different sequence. Let's do it. Yes, indeed, man. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to get ready to compose a nice little song with just these 3 little sequences that we have. So we're gonna go up here, we're gonna label the sequences, that way we know where we are. So we're gonna call this one full, because this one will be kind of like the chorus. All right, and then we're gonna go here and we're going to leave everything playing and we're gonna disengage just track 5, which is the brass that we dropped on it. So now we're gonna go back to main. We're gonna go back up here to our second sequence. We're gonna label that. Let's label that verse 1. Okay. And then we're gonna go to our track mute and we're gonna just leave we're gonna take out the brass and the piano melody as well. And then we're gonna go back to main and we're gonna go to 3 and we're gonna label that verse 1-1. Same verse 1, but just the second part of the verse. Okay, and then we're gonna make sure that we have just our sample engaged. Okay, now let's go back to full. Let's go back to the full track 1, and we're gonna duplicate that to sequence 4. Okay, do it. Okay, and then we're gonna call sequence 4. We're gonna label that full brass, because we're gonna engage our brass again. Okay, and let's go there and make sure our brass track is on. Okay, so all of these different sequences have different tracks engaged. If you look at it, this is sequence 1. If you look at it, our 5 is disengaged because it's our full track, but we don't have the brass on. And then sequence 2 is our verse with just the drums, the sample, and the 808 playing. And then sequence 3 is the drums, the sample, and the 808 playing as well, but that's our different sequence that we laid down. And then sequence 4 is duplicated, but of sequence 1, the full, but it has the brass playing. And now that we have our tracks labeled, now we're gonna go into song mode. So we're gonna go up here, hold shift, and hit song. That'll put us in song mode. And then we wanna start inserting our tracks right here where it says all of our tracks are gonna populate here. So let's do it on the controller. We're just gonna hit insert. And our first one, we're gonna change that to, we want verse 1. And then insert, we want verse 1. Okay, and then insert, we want our full track playing. And then insert, then we want the full brass to play. Okay, and then let's switch the full brass to, we want that to repeat twice. See how all of them repeat 1, 1, 1? We want the full brass to repeat twice. So that's gonna be just our makeshift song. So let's see if it works out. Let's play it. That's our song, man. That is our song. Nice. We did it. I'm going to end the video here, guys. There you have it. It's fairly easy to construct a song in the MPC software if you change up the sequences and if you know what you're doing. Again, I myself just prefer to make one sequence, then export all of those tracks in that sequence out to my DAW and then create a song just from that. It's easier to me because I'm familiar with my DAW. I'm also familiar with the MPC software, as you just saw, but I've been working in a DAW. And also another reason is because I record artists. I'd like to have the song constructed in my DAW already. That way, when an artist comes to the studio and it's time for them to jump on a beat, I have the song already laid out inside of my DAW, and I can literally put the artist on the track instantly. That's just my personal preference. By all means, hit me up in the comments and let me know what you do. Do you sequence inside of the MPC software, or do you use your DAW? What do you do with your tracks? Make sure you guys head on down to my website and cop the new sample packs that I have, the Iconic Chords 3 sample pack and also the Dungeon Drum Kit. You guys don't want to miss that. It's absolutely fire. You're going to love both of them. If you are not yet, please follow my Instagram at the Drank Kang and also follow my Facebook page at facebook.com/Dungeon Palace Studios. That's it for me, guys. This is your boy DZD, aka the Drank Kang, live from the Dungeon Palace Studios, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.